What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dun, and welcome back to another Destiny What to Use in Weekly Heroic Strike Guide. This is April the 25th to May the 1st. So for the modifiers this week, we have Heroic, Arcburn, Specialist, and Juggler. So the two good ones this week are Specialist and Arcburn. So without further ado, let's just get into some of the weapons that you'd be wanting to try and use this week. Any of the new Arc primaries that were added with the new 390 light versions of the raid are going to be more than viable this week. So for me, I'd probably run Fatebringer just because it's my baby. I absolutely love the Fatebringer. So definitely try prioritize something with Arcburn on it. The Zala Supercell also another great option this week. If you don't have any of these exotic primaries, don't worry about it whatsoever. Just use a legendary scout rifle or hand cannon. Scout rifles definitely are at the top of my list for PvE. As far as special weapons go, you've got quite a few good options this week. With Specialist being a thing, you're definitely going to be wanting to use something that's going to be very easy to use, in my opinion. Something like an Arc Sniper Rifle, an Arc Shotgun, Fourth Horseman is going to be a very good option this week. Could even use a normal legendary shotgun. Snipers as well are also going to be very good this week. If you have the Wrath of the Machine Raid Sniper, the Ex Machina, with Arcburn on it, definitely give that a shot because it absolutely shreds. Even the Devil's Dawn is also another very good option. For heavies, again, make sure you're using something with Arcburn on. A couple of exotics that you could use: Thunderlord, you've got the exotic sword Bolt Caster, got a couple of legendary weapons here as well. Song of Ayut from the Crota's End, and Sound and Fury from Wrath of the Machine. Or just a normal legendary rocket launcher. As far as the Warlocks go, definitely going to be wanting to use your Stormcaller. This is my build. What I like to use Arc Web with the Storm Grenades, just so it chains to in between enemies. Superconductor on there for better range. Transcendence on there so my super lasts longer. Also running the Impossible Machine so I get Landfall on there as well. So it's going to be very nice indeed. I have tier 5 Intellect and tier 5 Discipline. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the Warlocks. Let's move over to the Hunters. So now we're on to Hunters. You do have a couple of viable options this week as far as subclasses go. The obvious one would be to run Blade Dancer. Now, in my opinion, I absolutely hate Blade Dancer for PvE. I think it's probably the worst Hunter super as far as things go. Very squishy. You have to get up close and personal. It is usable, don't get me wrong, but for me it's just really squishy, and I just don't like the super in general. So for me, I would play the safe option this week and run Night Stalker. Especially when it comes to the bosses, you can tether the boss, especially with Specialist being on. If you're using the Ex Machina Raid Snipers, you'll definitely be able to melt the bosses really quickly. So Night Stalker for me, definitely the better option this week. As far as my build goes for my Night Stalker, Predator on there for decreased Shadow Shot cooldown, Light of the Pack on there so we're creating orbs for our teammates, Vanishing Smoke just so in case we need to go invis to get a revive, and Black Hole on there for the super, so just it's clearly the best option for the super for PvE. As far as Intellect and Discipline go, I'd run tier 5 Intellect, and you could run tier 5 Strength on a Night Stalker as well, as all the grenades on Night Stalker are pretty pathetic for PvE. If you're running the Arc Blade for Blade Dancer, again I'd recommend tier 5 Intellect and tier 5 Discipline, and try and use your grenades. You could actually run the Shinobu's Vow for the Blade Dancer, just so you can get 2 skip grenades and just throw skip grenades everywhere. That is a more than viable option. But anyway, let's move on to the Titans. So last but not least, again we have the Titans. So for Titans, I would recommend running your Striker subclass. This is my build that I like to go with. I like to use lightning grenades on there with Aftermath. Also run Aftershocks on there so our Aftermath and lightning grenades last longer. Unstoppable on there just in case we end up running into any Hive Boomers and they end up killing us in our super. It just makes it easier to survive in our Titan Smash. You could run Shoulder Charge with the Peregrine Greaves if you want to, but do take into consideration that Brawler and Airborne are not on this week, so it wouldn't be dealing too much damage. Another option that you could go for would be to use your Defender with Weapons of Light. More than viable option this week. Also going to be very effective if you're playing in a team of 3. If you're all planning on melting the boss, this will be more than effective. But for me, if you're a solo player, definitely recommend running the Striker Titan. Good exotics for a Titan, you got Armamentarium on there, Twilight Garrison if you're a bit more of a speed runner, so that's definitely for me. Could run Ruin Wings on there so you can get more heavy. As far as things go for intellect and discipline, I'd recommend tier 5 intellect and tier 5 discipline for both the defender and the striker titan, just because the grenades and the actual supers are very good on them. But anyway guys, hopefully this gives you an idea on what to use this week. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for future Destiny content. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.